Today we're taking a look at another multi-effects pedal. This time it's from my new friends over at Flatsons. This is the KMF-1 Multi-Effects pedal. Now I know what your initial reaction to this is. Who the heck are Flatsons? Well, Flatsons is actually a sub-brand of another well-known brand that has been on this channel a couple times, NUX. And you can tell from looking at this and then looking at this from NUX that they are in fact almost one-to-one, with a couple of notable differences, but we'll talk about that in just a second. Before we get into it, please make sure you subscribe, hit the bell notification, the like button, all the good YouTube stuff, and then check links in the description if you want to go and pick up one of these or read up more about it. I'll also try to put timestamps down there either in the description or in a pinned comment, so if you just want to jump straight to the sounds instead of what this thing has to offer, feel free to do that. So here's what we got thus far. In the box, you obviously get the KMF-1 unit. You get a very thick user manual here, so that's good to have. I do really like that. And one of my favorite parts that NUX and now Flatsons provide are these power supplies with the interchangeable pieces here that you plug into the wall. So for example, if you're in Europe, you have the ones that are the little straight pins, and then if you're in the good old US of A, that's for everybody outside of America. Yeah, you slide this down here like that, and then it pops right in there, and then there's a little button down there, pops right out. So international travels, if you're taking your unit with you, you're going to be safe on either side of the pond. You have 77 effects, 18 amp models, and 18 cab sims, so you have a ton of different total options that you can program yourself in here, save, have them ready on the fly. You have 50 presets, 5 effect blocks, 6 drum machines, 42 drum rhythms, a 30-second looper, and the ability to connect your phone either via the aux in port or I'm assuming Bluetooth, because most of these units have Bluetooth built into it, and play along with your favorite songs or just play any audio that you like. One thing that a lot of people may complain about looking at this at face value is the screen, but the screens on these are pretty bright, so despite them being kind of small, you know, being able to see on them, it's not a problem. Now you do get that 9-volt power supply included, but the cool thing about these is that they run on 6 AA batteries. And when you have the batteries in there, to turn it on, all you do is plug in your guitar, it powers on, and you are good to go. All of this at a pretty attractive price point. So if you're just getting into multi-effects, or you want something that's just kind of kicking around your studio, or maybe something even, you know, go on a small tour with or play in your local clubs or whatever, the Flatsons KMF-1 might just be the option for you. So there's just a quick rundown of the Flatsons KMF-1. We're gonna go ahead and put this thing through its paces. We'll play with some of the effects, we'll play with some of the amp sims and the cabinet sims and all that kind of stuff, and we'll just see how good it sounds. I was really impressed with the NUX. I'm hoping the Flatsons is kind of on par with it. And if it's even cheaper than the NUX, and that's just a win-win for the Flatsons all around. So let's go ahead and plug it in, get it started, and see what kind of tones we can get out of it. Okay, so for time and my sanity's sake while I'm editing, I'm just gonna play through some of the presets here, just to give you an idea of some of the sounds. And then maybe we'll dive into how you change stuff around briefly and all that kind of stuff. Now, I will say, some of these presets are named after bands or their songs, and it's supposed to be that kind of effect. I may, if I know it, try to play some of the song without getting a copyright strike, just to give you an idea, okay? But this is where it starts. This is the first one, I guess, starting at 10, because why not? So let's just see what it sounds like. All right, so those were some of the presets. Let's go ahead and get into how you manipulate things yourself. So we're back at the Starman preset. So this is the very first preset. And again, this is what it sounds like, just stock. Forgot what it in drop D. So it sounds pretty nice. I really do like a lot of the presets that are in here. So it's pretty simple, but it can be kind of confusing. So if you want to just go in and straight start editing things, you click the memory stomp edit button up there at the left of the screen. Then you see you have purple is drive, the red is amp, the orange is cab, things like that. So then you use the foot pedals that you would use to change the channels to swap between them, right? So you can see the little icon move around, and that's how you change between which one you want. Now you see the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are lit up. What you can do is those are like hotkeys to disable those effects. So let's say I wanted to disable the amp, I would press 2. And you see there, now it's disabled and it's going to sound, you know, gnarly and nasty. So now if you want to get into actually editing these effects, just press the stomp edit memory again. And there you go. So now we're editing the drive, and you can just press all of those to change between the drives. So like right now we're on a TS drive. Let's say we wanted the gold drive. I keep thinking I'm in drop D. So you see it's not as gainy, but that's, you know. And then you see now if you press the 2, 3, 4, 5, you'll switch between, you know, all the other stuff. So right now we're on the amp. We can change the amp. We're on like a Fender twin reverb is what that looks like. So let's go to this UK15A. Yikes. It's very loud. Okie dokie. Let's go back one. What is BG Mark 1? More tolerable. Still blowing out my interface back there, but you get the point. So let's press 3 now. That'll take us to our cab. So we're on a 112 cabinet right now. Let's see if we were to go to a 310. Never heard of a 310 cabinet, but that's interesting. Looks like a matchless 212. Okay, so yeah, and then obviously you can bypass the cab. If you find an amp sim in here that you like, you can bypass the cabinet and run your own amp sims in something like Reaper. And then with our delays, let's actually do this. Let's go back to the original preset. There you go. And let's go back and mess with the delays. So go back to stomp, edit. We're back into the delays. We're on an analog right now. Do something drastically different, like a reverse delay. I love a reverse delay. Okay. And then I think you can change, yes, you can change all of your parameters with these knobs up here. Now for all of our like modulation effects, we have like choruses, we have flangers, a phaser, phase 90 and phase 100, a vibe, tremolo, rotary, which I like a good rotary. With the reverse delay on there, that's kind of cool. Not in drop D. See, I've already made an effect that I really like, just 5 minutes of messing around with it. Ooh, a D tune? Let's just mess with the knobs. Maybe I'm not hearing it. I'm not hearing anything going on there. That's fine. I've got a pitch shifter. So obviously it's going to be, you know, you have to mess around with it, but you have that effect and that's the end of the effects. So just really quickly, we'll cover the looper and the drum machine, things I don't really ever use, but you have, you know, like that. So we have like a metal drum setting. I can only imagine that's going to sound glorious. I mean, they're not bad. They're good to practice too, you know? So with the looper, you would press where it says record play. So this pedal right here, you just play something in it. And I'm not really good with loopers because I don't ever use them, but we'll see what we can do with it. So we'll just record. So see how it's playing by itself? The timing's off and it sounds like crap, but still, at that point you can just... You know, just whatever, you know. But you see that it works. So you have the looper built in. Those are always really cool songwriting tools to have. So the last part I'm going to show you is the expression pedal. So like if you were to use it for wah, you can set it up to use, you know, all the other kinds of effects. And again, read your instruction manual to learn how to do that. But the primary thing is to calibrate it. So you just go into your settings, go over where it says calibrate, it'll tell you how to do it. And I'm not going to show you me using it because I don't have shoes on and I don't want you to see my foot the entire time. But I am using it. You'll just have to believe me unless you really just want to see my foot. But what you do is you press at the top of the pedal. You just press down hard. Same kind of issue as the NUX. I will say it is pretty hard to engage, but at least I can press down on it to engage it. And we're still on that Starman setting, but this is how the wah sounds if you were to use it as a wah. So then if you press down on it again, it would change it to a volume pedal. Right. So very usable. It doesn't have a lot of movement back and forth, but it's enough to give it some kind of an effect. So I really like the wah though. It does sound pretty good. And again, you can use it for, you know, to engage a drive or a delay or something like that. So you have a lot of flexibility there. So I'm gonna set this down while I kind of just wrap up the video here. So what are my thoughts? Stop that recording. What are my thoughts on the Flatsons KMF-1 Multi-Effects pedal? Well, to me, it really is just as good as the NUX MG101, just maybe a little bit more affordable. So if for whatever reason they stop making the NUX, you have the Flatsons. So, I mean, I like it. It's another great option for someone looking to get into multi-effects pedals. If you've never been in that before, or you want just a cheap option. I mean, you can hear it records. It records nice and easy. You just plug it into your interface, as long as you got an interface, you can record some really nice tones out of it. And then obviously you can mess around with them, edit them like I showed you before, and save them to your heart's content. You have a lot of preset options in there. You have the drum machine, the looper, it all works, all sounds fine. And like I said, despite me having some issues with the wah pedal, once you do get it engaged, it does work and it does sound pretty good. So again, there are links down there in the description if you want to go check one of these out for yourself or read up more on it. Thank you very much again, Flatsons, for sending out the KMF-1. I really appreciate it. Again, check links in the description. Please make sure you're subscribed. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was kind of long, but if you did, subscribe, give me a like. That'll let me know you liked it. Until next time, guys, y'all take care. I'll catch you in the next video.